While tackling issues relating to politics, the involvement of the court in elections and how much contributions it makes in the decision of rulership, a book titled Courts and Politics was launched to this effect. The book, written by Umar Ado, reflected his experiences in politics and the theater with a need to highlight rule of law in a democratic country. Here's more on the story.
Over the weekend in Abuja, stakeholders gathered to launch a book titled Courts and Politics, written by Umar Ado. The book pointed out the need for change in Nigeria's political system and the overdependence of Nigeria's government on the court, which some say is not reliable. The chairman, Social Democratic Party, Shehu Musa Gabam, said part of what has brought democracy in Nigeria to its knees is vote buying. He added that the book title was apt for the current situation of Nigeria, as there is need for the system to be fixed.
In one period or the other, our judiciary was one of the best in Africa. We used to send some of our judges to African countries to train their judicial system. We cannot afford to sit down and allow a sophisticated institution to be delivering judgments that are detrimental to its own citizens. So we are not here to attack anyone, but to tell ourselves the bitter truth. In one way or the other, we all abdicated our responsibility by whatever reason, by whatever circumstances, by whatever politics. But we should look at the country first. If we do not fix the system, if we refuse to work together because we differed along political interest, then we work on one money and start running helter-skelter. We are almost at that age.
Chairman Book Launch Ango Abdullahi, who is also the Northern Elders Forum chair, said that court and politics are Siamese twins that cannot be separated, adding that the book should be utilized by everyone for a change.
This book, which carries the subject that is core to any practice called democracy, has to do with politics and law. And this is the subject in this book, which is being presented to the public today. And it gives an opportunity not just to the lawyers, to the practical politicians, to everybody, to the voters. Everyone is involved in looking at what is in there and why we need to really seriously look at not only the subject in the book, but its application, which has failed us over the years.
NLB spoke on the policies the government make and how much impact it has on its citizens, especially on students. Also, while commending the North for its contribution to stabilizing the nation, stakeholders outlined other challenges that needs to be fixed.
The public universities, all of those who are in power today, were schooled in public universities. What has become of the public universities today? I have been to campuses, and I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and our leaders, with the way you are playing with our lives, that we are raising hungry people now, because the country that we met, they were eating half chicken a day, or half chicken in the morning or in the afternoon, and so on and so forth, because the government then prepared for the students. What is the investment in the human capital that we're having now?
In that there is one big knot that stabilizes the other two when they start to become too garrulous and quarrelsome. But for some time now, it has seemed like that knot only answers to the desires of the Northwest. And that every time your Northeastern brothers get up, there seems to be always a different conversation on the table that frustrates them. My fear is that if you do not watch it, you're going to lose the Northeast the same way you have almost now practically lost the North Central.
Other stakeholders present at the launch also shared their thoughts on the timeliness of the book.
We all have to rely on the courts. And then in situations where the courts rightly or wrongly determine who we elect or who we have elected or who we have not elected, it's not a good one for democracy. And then when this also has issues and challenges and problems and things that can be classified as corrupt practice, it is in fact very, very dangerous for the nation.
Each and every one of us in this country owes this country the responsibility to change. For us, our generation, we have failed the country, but we need to sit down and do what we need to do, what has to be done for our children that are coming up.
The author of the book, Umar Adu, said the book was birthed out of his experiences and the need for the truth to be spoken. He further spoke on the condition of democracy in Nigeria.
Our democracy is in serious peril because a democracy without rule of law is no democracy. Rule of law has collapsed in Nigeria. From the simple, beating of traffic to genocide, people commit them in this country and go free. All is because the rule of law has collapsed. So we have a long way to go. I have chronicled my own experience at the political theater and in the courtrooms, and the experience is not pleasant. Until we start making things work according to law, there is nowhere we can go as a nation.
Stakeholders present at the launch highlighted that Nigeria's judicial system needs to be reformed, as it has failed so many times.